Welcome to CNAS Transfer Tales, an oral history of the transfer students' experience at UC Riverside College of Natural and Agriculture Science. My name is Donna and I'm a biochemistry major who transferred to CNAS from Rio Hondo College. So I grew up in Guatemala. I was originally born here, but my parents separated and my mom took me to Guatemala when I was 2 years old. And I grew up there until I was 17. Then I moved back here to continue my education. I had to take a break and wait until I was 18 to be able to start taking ESL classes because I really didn't speak English. And when I went to high school, they wanted it to drop me 3-4 years because of my English level. So I was going to graduate from high school when I was 20 something. So I had to wait and go to adult school, get my high school diploma, and then try to navigate college and all that. After I finished with my high school diploma there, I transferred to Pasadena City College and I started there. And I started studying their chemistry. I first learned because when I was already on Rio Hondo College, I was on my final classes and I didn't know, I still struggled with school. At one point, I just wanted to drop out because everything was so difficult. So I joined this group called MESA that will help me, because it was time pandemic and I really didn't have no clue anything about labs. I was this is too hard. And so I joined the group called MESA to help me to catch up with the things that I missed through COVID. And they actually introduced me to the UCs. And then I was okay, cool. I would check it out. And then my boss, the one that I still work with, she grew up in Riverside. So she was you need to go check UC Riverside. And she dragged me to Highlander Day and she took me there. And that's how I knew about UC Riverside. So, having my boss support, I feel the image that I got from UCs was that they were too prestigious, too hard. And, my boss took me to Riverside. She introduced me to UC Riverside. I got to talk to other CNAS mentors that were there. I know for sure was I talked to John Peralta. I talked to Dr. Donna, which she's one of the main teachers for biochemistry. And, it made me feel welcome. I was not as scared as before, all those high standards from UC Riverside, they're so intimidating. And because they were so supported about just come over, you're gonna do great, we're gonna help you. I was okay, I will give it a shot. And that was why I ended up there, because I felt really comfortable, really welcoming. And I knew that I was gonna have a really good support. My first year, that it was a little bit chaotic, I would say. First, the transition from community college to IUC, the quarter to semester in Donna. Then the commute, I was struggling with either I stay here or I go home. I'm gonna be commuting, how I'm gonna work this out. And then just trying to kind of learn campus, the things that they offer. And I remember that I was so confused with the deadlines and went to drop the class, or what was the last day to attend to the class, to add up the class. So it was a little bit scary and complicated, but also what kind of gave me a little bit of ground was that I was attending CNAS 92 class. So Liz will kind of whatever problems I was having, at the same time I was kind of getting an answer into that class. And just to see that other students were also kind of going through the same thing, it was kind of a little bit it was kind of bad to say, but when you see other people kind of going through the same struggles, it's okay, it's not only me. So yeah, I was that helped me a lot through my first year. So right now, I'm actually part of College Corps, where we support, we volunteer for 150 hours a year, and we do work. I'm an climate action fellow. So we're just trying to work in the community, make sure that it's more sustainable. And I serve at the Office of Sustainability at UC Riverside. I'm part of the Green Labs program, where we kind of like trying to make the research labs more sustainable and see how we can implement things to make labs more sustainable for the campus. I'm also part of the CNAS Transfer Connection. I'm a mentor. I was also a mentor for the Summer Rise program that they offer for research. And that's pretty much. And I do some research in campus, which I love. I'm doing research with Dr. Chain. She does it focus on children with asthma around the Salton Sea. Like the lake is like getting dried and the air is now like perfect. Their quality is like really bad there. So a lot of like people now are having issues like respiratory issues and stuff. So she's doing all that research there with like specifically in a Latin community. That they either speak their own language or like some of them speak Spanish, but not everyone speaks English either. So the lack of like communication with healthcare is really like bad, and that's why they're also struggling to get like that support. So I love that, it's my community. One thing that I always support is like help each other and everything. So I'm really like thankful that I'm getting the opportunity to do that. CNAS, I would say supportive, fun, and welcoming. Yeah, they're really welcoming. I would say over the whole experience itself, from me just being like, I'm gonna fail here, like I won't make it, and then now that I already like have a year through it, and even like the drive, now I feel like the drive is not that bad anymore. And just being around CNAS also like helped me, the transfer connections, and like see the other students like that we kind of like move around, like the ones that came in together and we were like in the class like last year. Now we kind of like the mentors this year. So all that, I think that's like really nice to have, that we are moving together and we're helping other people together, like in a community. I feel that I wasn't ready to go at UC, and I feel like going to the UC with that mentality, it was hard because I was doubting every single step going on. But I think it's just like part of the transition. If I wouldn't have that, or like be like questioning every single thing it was like, oh, because I'm not like good enough or something, I think maybe the struggles wouldn't even be a struggle. It was just like something that you have to get used to it, or it's not too bad. Find that group support. Like I feel like it stopped more like until I kind of got more like start talking more with Liz or like other students, that I will be like, okay, it's not just me. Versus like at the beginning I was just keeping it all to myself. Then I remember one of the students in the class, she was like, okay, but how do you all feel? And then we all start like noticing that, okay, we are kind of having the same feeling. So maybe if I would have done that before, or like not being too close to my mind and find more friends or something, that would have been better. I would say that it's okay to be scared, to be worried about like how things are gonna go. That's totally normal, but just do it. Just jump into it, get it done. Don't overthink stuff. If you have a problem, seek for help. Sometimes we just think like, oh, it's something normal that people will know, but it doesn't hurt to ask for help. I have learned that seeking for help makes things way easier. You don't have to struggle that much, and people are actually happy to help you. They're not like judging you or anything like that. So whatever fear it is, who cares? Just do it, push through, ask for help, and that will make things way easier. Something that I noticed, it is like some students that attend for the summer programs, you guys can apply for research on summer. And even if you're still not part of UC Riverside, and you can come through the summer, have a 10 weeks research, which in my perspective, research is amazing. I love doing research. And you can also come, get to see campus, you get to know mentors, get to see other students, actual like students from Riverside. And I feel like that will help you to get more a better sense of like how the school looks, what resources the school offers, and you can get to meet people and ask for like what's the majors, and it kind of make those connections that will help and make the transition easier when they transfer. My name is Donna, and you have been listening to CNAS Transfer Tales.